Hey guys, what's going on? Today is 11 days after we've planted our food plots, and we're gonna do some homemade irrigation today and bring some rain on some of these plots. We started off really good with about 1 6/10 inches of rain to start the day after we planted, and that gave us a really good germination. But it's been the temperatures have been pretty good, mid to low 80s, which is really phenomenal this time of year. So that's been great for the stress of the plant staying down. But now it's been dry for the past 7 of the 11 days that it's been planted. So there is some chances coming, but you know how it can be. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. I had some time, so I decided I'm gonna put some water on these plots. Now, before I get criticized on, oh, you're wasting your time trying to put water on a bunch of food plots, I've done the math, I've punched the numbers, I'll share that all with you. There is a little over 27,000 gallons of water that covers a 1 acre square to equal 1 inch of rain. 27,000 gallons is a ton. What I have is two 275 gallon totes, which I'm gonna put on this trailer here. And I have a 2-inch water pump that I have a little setup now to connect both, and it drains from both tanks at the same time. And it actually works really good. Last year, I think we were able to put down about 18,000 gallons of water throughout the course of the day. Don't get me wrong, it's a long, hard working day, but I bust my butt for these food plots, so I want to make sure they have every single chance to survive, so I have something green to hunt over. Call me crazy, it's what I love to do. So here I'm making a video to show you maybe an idea for you guys to be able to put water to your food plots. I don't have water real close to a lot of my plots. I have water kind of in the central area of the property. So we have 2 sump pumps that we pump water out of, fill our 275 gallon totes, and then we trailer it around literally via truck and trailer. And we can pump both 275 gallon tanks in like 6 minutes. So you're putting 525 gallons of water down in about 6 minutes. Worst part is traveling back and forth to and from the pond, which it is what it is, but we get as many done in a day as we possibly can. Like I said, there is rain on the way, so that's exciting, that's encouraging, but I'm gonna leave some numbers and some details for you guys so that you can maybe actually see that it may not be a waste of time if you do this correctly and have a good setup. So I'm gonna get the trailer, start putting together, and I'm gonna talk about a little bit of where I got all my stuff and my parts and equipment. And then really after that, it's just labor and spray. Hope you get something out of this, and I hope that you learn maybe an efficient way to water some food plots for yourself. I got the trailer officially set up. I'll run you through. So we got a 275 gallon water food grade tank and another 275 water food grade tank. I got some big 2-inch ratchet straps strapping it down because these things are heavy. Obviously, tandem axle trailer for the weight. Here is my wonderful 2-inch Predator trash pump. I got it Harbor Freight. I got it strapped down across the trailer because riding through some hay fields it can get a little bouncy, so that should hold it down. Here is my connections that I came up with. So I was able to take some 2-inch flex hose that is pretty stout actually.
If you're building this, use hard hose because soft hose collapses in from the pressure of the water pump.
And get some quick connects for 2-inch. So like this is one piece, this is one piece, and this is one piece, and then this is separate. I went to my local farm and home and found some 2-inch pipe connects, and this is really sealed. I didn't have any problems leaking last year. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, I don't have any problems this year. But I got it lifted up with a block of wood, so there's something underneath of it. And I got it tacked down so it stays in place. Okay, so basically all I did, I got this hose, all 3 pieces of 2-foot hose at Lowe's. I could have cut this up to make this a little smaller, but I got an 18-foot trailer and I'm just utilizing it all. But anyway, so I took some 2-inch hose clamps, clamped it on the quick connects, taped it up both ends, did that all 3 ways, and I got a quick connect. Actually got 2 quick connects for my pump, one for our hose that will actually be spraying the plots with, and then one from the source, which is this one right here underneath that. Again, this sprayer puts out 135 gallons a minute, so it pumps through some water. It's really impressive. It really helps us water our plots at a great rate of speed so that we can put more and more water on these plots. Most of these pieces were all separate. This is a quick connect attachment. That was an extension, 3-way, obviously, extension, and then 2 quick connect attachments. And yeah, and then that pretty much sums it up. You gotta strap this stuff down good because driving through hay fields on an 18-foot trailer, you can imagine it gets pretty bouncy. But next up, we're heading down to the pond to get the sump pump set up and the generator, and we're gonna start pumping water in and getting the water going. All right guys, I'm all set up down here at the pond. I got the filler hose into the big jug. Got my generator here, level as I can, plugged in. Take it down here to the little pond. And it's in the water, so all I gotta do is start her up. Here we go. All right guys, we're live and we're pumping water. If I can get up here and give you a shot. Water's filling the tote. Here is the live stream of water. Takes a little while, but honestly this is the longest part. Filling the totes and tracking back and forth. My sprayer sprays it out so fast, it's pretty amazing actually. Once I got the second sump pump set up, I was able to fill both tanks in 6 minutes and 20 seconds. First tank's all filled up, time to cap her off. And we're working on the second one. After we get this one, we truck on up to the first plot, about probably 700 yards from here. All right guys, here's the watering. I got a 2-inch fire hose hooked up to our pump, and I'm out here doing some serious spraying. So far we've put 8 total tanks on this 1/5 of an acre food plot, so really give it a pretty decent soak. I'll have to do some math later, but if it's a little bit more than last year. That being said, there's more rain coming later this weekend into early next week.
So with my trash pump, I was able to put down all 550 gallons in about 7 minutes and 35 seconds by the time I'd spray through the entire tank. And then you just have to calculate in some drive time to get to and from your water source, which really ends up taking the longest with how far away my plots are from my water source.
I also want to talk about if you are in the middle of a drought and your seed has not sprouted, it is not a good idea to water your food plots. Because more than likely what's going to happen is if you water, your seeds are going to sprout and they're going to germinate. And if you don't get another timely rain here soon, what's most likely going to happen is they're just going to die. The heat's going to be too much. This year is a great exception. We've had phenomenal temperatures. Usually the last 11 days has been under 85 degrees, which is extremely rare for end of August here in Missouri. But I think that this is going to benefit this plot, again, because like I said, we've got some cooler temperatures, more rain on the way. It's just been a little 7-day drought is what I'm calling it. It's not much of a drought, and there's some moisture in some of the shaded spots, but trying to maximize the potential of this plot this year. Well guys, we're winding down. We have 2 more trips to make back and forth to my food plot, and then we're calling her quits for the day. We cut our time in half. Last year we did this for 12 hours and we put X amount of water over 7 food plots. This year we put the same amount plus some on 4 food plots. And we didn't bother watering our clover plots. They usually bounce back really well whenever we actually get some real rain, and honestly they look pretty good right now anyway. So we're wrapping this up. I might have some totals for you here shortly. I'll let you know exactly how much water we managed to put on the square footage of food plot that we put out, and we'll see what I come up with and see how efficient we were today.
All right, let's talk about the math. So I took my total tank sprayed times my tank size equaled my total gallon sprayed. As you can see, I had 32 tanks sprayed times 275 gallon tanks is 8,800 gallons. So then after that, you're going to take your square footage of plot 1, plot 2, plot 3, and plot 4. You're going to add all that together to get your total plot square footage that you're spraying. Mine came out to be 31,160 square foot. Okay, so then you're going to take your total plot square footage sprayed, divide that by the square footage of an acre, and then that's going to give you the total acreage that you sprayed with water. After that, you're going to take the gallons of water over 1 acre which is 27,154, and multiply that times your total acreage sprayed, and that is going to give you whatever the number comes out to be will be the gallons of water for 1 inch over that amount of square footage. So basically, for mine, I need 19,415 gallons of water over my 0.71 acre of food plot to equal 1 inch of water over those plots. After that, you're going to take your total gallons sprayed and divide that by your gallons needed for 1 inch over your actual square footage. And in my case, it's 8,800 gallons divided by 19,415 gallons, which gave me approximately 0.45 inches of water over the acreage that I sprayed on my food plots. One last small fact sheet for you guys. I just wanted to include this at the very end. Guys, thanks again for watching. I hope you found this video useful, and I hope you've enjoyed the content. Thanks for watching.